momentarily. Okay. See that we have Kate Meehan here from the zoning department. Welcome, Kate.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's see. I think we have a Henry Rose. Mr. Rose, if you could unmute.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Mr. Rose, if you could tell me who you're representing here today.
I'm actually one of the owners.
Okay, gotcha. So let's see, we may have, okay. Do you plan on providing any testimony here today?
There was no definitive plan.
Okay. Just so you know, if you do want to provide any testimony, at the time you're providing that testimony, I'll need you to activate your video so that we can see you during that testimony.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I see that we have TMO. Sir, are you with us? TMO's iPhone?
Oh, this must be Gregory Rowe.
Yeah, if you could give me your full name and who you're representing here today.
Okay, I'm Gregory Rowe, and I'm with Brian Cannon and David Rose, the owner.
Henry Rose, actually.
Rose, excuse me.
Okay. Mr. Rowe, what is your role? Are you a contractor, or how do you play into this project?
Yes, I was the architectural consultant with the variance process.
Got it. Okay. Welcome. Are we expecting anyone else to join us on the applicant owner team?
Mr. Cannon may be joining, but I'm sure we can proceed without him.
Okay, great. If Mr. Cannon or anyone else for that matter would like to join midway through the hearing, as people tried to join, I let them in. So I will certainly do that if that happens. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started as long as you all are ready to proceed. I'm going to read through our hearing script. This will basically just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll get started. So this is the June 7th, 2023 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Serkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati, and I'll preside over this hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20230070. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. The hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If there were anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. I will allow our zoning plans examiner to provide any testimony in addition to her staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. So after all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there is some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may postpone or continue the hearing at my discretion. Okay. Last thing I need to do is to swear in our witnesses. So if you know at this point that you would like to provide any testimony or make any comments or ask any questions, really do anything other than just strictly observe, then the zoning code requires that I swear you in. Again, if you know that that's you now, I'd like to go ahead and get you sworn in. If you are not certain, I can swear you in at a later time. But for all those that would like to provide testimony, please raise your right hand. I need you to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Mr. Rowe, I assume you'll be taking the lead here on the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, floor is yours.
This application is in response to an adjudication letter that was received during the permit review process for the address of 1769 Westwood. It's in response to the zoning code that exists in that area. It's an RMX code, RMX zone with a front yard setback of approximately 15.5 feet required. The property itself is existing. It has a setback less than that. There was an existing porch as part of the original property. The owners are renovating the property and are providing a new porch in the exact location of the existing. The new porch setback is now, I think, somewhere around 3 feet from the property line. We provided graphical information kind of showing that location. So what we're asking for is a variance on the front yard setback requirements because of the fact that the proposed renovation is to an existing property, and that we feel that this renovation will be in the best interest of not only the public, but the owners as well. We demonstrated, we believe, that the project meets the standards, other standards outlined in the Cincinnati zoning code. We are meeting an existing floor level, which is approximately 3 feet above the outside grade of the property. We're utilizing the existing front entrance to the building. There's a retaining wall that separates the property grade elevation by a few feet above the public right of way, above the sidewalk. And we're maintaining that. We're again locating the floor elevation of the porch at the existing elevation of the previous porch. The only difference is that our new porch construction will not have a roof covering like the existing, but we have provided guardrails, handrails, and framed skirts around the lower portion of the porch framing to provide to one, meet code, and to also provide an aesthetic visual appearance to the construction that's planned there to replace the existing porch. The building itself will be painted, and all the windows are being replaced, and so we feel that this will be will correspond with the adjacent properties along Westwood Avenue. We provided some images of adjacent properties, and they also have porches of, with roofs, without roofs, in the same front yard location along that facade. So I don't know if Henry has anything else to add, but that's essentially what we're requesting.
Okay, thank you. Henry, did you want to add anything?
No, actually, I believe that's a great summary by Mr. Rowe. It covers our expectations. If there's anything else that's needed, absolutely let us know.
Thank you. Ms. Meehan?
I don't really have much to add. I think Mr. Rowe gave a good summary of the project. I would just add that, as he said, this house very much predates current zoning code. I think it was built about 1891. And looking at the other houses along this block and looking at dates, much of this block was developed in the 1880s, 1890s. So it all very much predates current zoning. The houses all sit close to the street and have front porches that have very small setbacks. So that is the existing condition in this area.
Yeah, I think, it's rare that these don't end up in front of the Historic Conservation Board when they predate the zoning code by this much, which I think is like roughly 113 years.
Mhm.
So that makes sense. I guess my only question, Kate, is just looking at the neighborhood, how did the average get so far back? Is it because of the vacant lots
Right.
that are there? So those go to
Yes,
the base
because
zoning?
of the presence of some of those vacant lots. So then we just use the underlying zoning, which is a 20-foot setback in RMX for the front yard. So that did skew the numbers some. But yes, if you look at the other properties along there, I mean, most of them, are probably within 10 feet, if not closer, of the sidewalk.
Yep. I see that. Okay, anything else, Ms. Meehan?
No,
Okay, thank you for your testimony and your staff report.
thank you.
So I don't have any questions. I have reviewed everything and I understand exactly what the situation is here. So, Mr. Rowe, if you'd like to provide anything in closing, I'll accept that. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up.
No, I'm pretty much fine. I think Kate summed it up well also.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff reports, and this is one of those cases where I think the zoning code just is strictly applying the zoning code just makes absolutely no sense for this property. So based on that, based on the testimony I've heard here today, I am going to approve the requested relief. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. And that, like I said at the beginning, that typically takes about 2 weeks. What I do is after I finish the written decision, I put it in a PDF and I email it to everybody who's in the hearing here today. So you all have a copy of it really just moments after it's complete. As soon as you have a copy of that PDF, you can work with Kate to get the zoning permitting approved.
great.
Any questions about the hearing or the process at all?
No.
Okay, great. Well, if anything comes up, feel free to reach out to me, or if you'd like a status update on the decision, you can reach out to me directly. Happy to provide you with an update on that if you would like. Otherwise, look for an email from me in a couple weeks. Thank you all again for your time and your testimony. Hope you
Thanks
have a
a lot.
wonderful day.
You
And
too.
did you have something, Mr. Rose?
No, I was saying thank you very much. Appreciate your assistance.
Absolutely. Good luck with the project, guys. Have a great